Hi guys, this is Annie and tonight I'll be doing a video for Autism Awareness Month, which is the month of April. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. So let's get started with the tools you'll need. Alright, so here we have our tools and nail polishes that we'll be needing for tonight manicure. And I'm going to go through them really quickly with you guys. We have the green, yellow, blue, and red nail polish that we will be using to paint our puzzle pieces in. I also have my white and black that I've used for my base colors, and I'm going to stamp tonight with my stamping polish from Born Pretty. I also have some quick dry, and for cleanup I have a lint roller here. You could use masking tape if you don't have one of these. To clean my stamping plate, I have some cotton on my cotton cloth. I have my clear jelly stamper that I'll be using tonight and my scraper from Bundlemonster. I also have my stamping plate. For my accent nail, I'm going to decorate with my jewelry. And I have a cleanup brush, a dotting tool, a pair of tweezer, a very fine brush, a detailing brush to paint the pieces of the puzzle with, and also I have my wax pen. So that's what we're going to need, so let's get started. Alright everyone, so I've already gone and applied my base color, and as you could see I've painted 4 nails in white, and that middle one I'm going to use as the accent nail. Usually you guys know that I use the ring finger. Today I'm actually going to use my middle finger nail as the accent nail to break things up a little bit because it's just so many different colors and puzzle pieces going on. So this is what it's going to look like by the time we're done. And for these two nails, we're actually going to be doing advanced stamping, which is we actually going to be painting on the stamper. It sounds a little complicated, but it's not. It's very easy. It's just to transfer the image over that's a little bit tough and messy. That's why I went ahead and I put latex on these two fingers here, because that's going to be really, really messy by the time we're ready to move that nail polish image on here. And for the latex, I will list which type I use. It's a really great latex. It's actually a body latex that I've used on my fingers here, but I do love it. It's one of the best that I've actually come across, and it peels out really quickly. So here we go. So I'm using tonight from my Moyu collection, and this one is the game collection plate, and that's number 5. And the two big images that I'll be taking off of these to paint will be this one, which is actually here, and also this one, which is actually this one here. So I'm going to paint them in. So have your acetone ready because you're going to need to wash your brush out. Have a napkin ready because you're going to need to wipe it out as we go on. And also have your polishes open and ready to be used. If you want, you can go ahead and put your polishes a drop of each color on a plate, but I'm gonna leave them in my bottle because it takes a while to paint the image on, and I don't want these drops to get dried off really quickly. And like I said, I am using my stamping polish tonight, and this is actually a Born Pretty polish that I'm using here, and the color is just black. And I'm also going to be using tonight my clear jelly stamper, so you can see how that works as well. So there we have the image, and now we're going to paint it on. And the first one is going to be the index finger, and I'm just going to paint the 4 colors on and fill in the rest. And I have my very thin pointy brush here I'm using tonight, and this is my Winstonia brush. Unfortunately, there's not a number on it for me to tell you guys. It just says fine line. So let's get started with the painting. And I am going to fast forward this so you don't have to sit through the whole thing. But I just wanted to start it to show you how this is going to be the advanced painting, because we're just going to paint the entire image by hand. Once it's tap dry, then we can go ahead and transfer it over to the nail. So I'm going to just paint this and then we'll come back. Alright guys, so now that we've done painting this one particular image, as you could see through the jelly stamper here, this is what it's going to look like when we actually stamp it on the nail itself. So I'm going to roll that on, and the thing is, when you do this, the top of the nail polish has to be tap dry, and this one is, and it's going to peel out. So we have to let it go on the finger. Probably the whole entire image is going to peel out, and then we clean up immediately around it so we don't have any lift off later on. So this is how I'm going to do it. As you could see on this finger, I angled it. I did not line it up straight. I'm going to do the same thing here. And again, I'm using the jelly stamper so you guys could see this as well. And this is a wonderful stamper. And let me just line that up in an angle because I don't want this one to come out straight. So I'm going to press it down. If you could see, I'm pressing it. And I'm putting a lot of pressure on it because I do want the entire image to come out. And then when you lift this thing off, you have to do it carefully. And if you could see here, you're going to see how it's going to lift off, very sticky. And the whole entire image is going to come out. And that's why I used the liquid latex, because the cleanup for this advanced stamping here is really messy. And right away I'm going to clean up the nail. So I'm going to use my brush tonight. And we do this by just dipping it in some acetone, and once we start cleaning up the edges, it's going to start going into the nail where it belongs. Just keep wiping the brush as you clean up. And if you could see, the edges are already started to take shape there. So it's not really hard doing advanced stamping. It could take a couple times trying it out. And once that edges is clean, go ahead and pull out your latex right away. Pull out all the excess nail polish that's under your nails. And like I said, it is a little bit messy, but it really does look so pretty once it's done. And I'm immediately going to apply my top coat on it. And that's one. So the next one I'm going to do is the thumb here. And that image is going to be that little one right there. Alright guys, so we did the other nail, and I did not wait very long for the yellow to dry, so unfortunately I have a little smudge right here with the yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of white and cover that up because I can't pull that out. So I'm not sure if you could see it, but right there there's like an extra piece that doesn't belong. So that's what I'm just going to cover up with the white. And by the time that's drying, we'll just put the little polka dots around it. So that will be concealed just a little. Like that. Here's another little spot. Great. And decorations that I've used is just a dotting tool, and went along and just put some dots randomly all over. And if you don't have a dotting tool, you can go ahead and use a bobby pin. That works just as well. Or you can get a toothpick, but it's a little bit challenging with a toothpick, but it could be done. And again, I'm cleaning up as I go along with this because it's a longer project, so I'm gonna clean that little extra piece that's on my skin there. So I'm just gonna use the brush to go in there and take that out, like so. And top coat it right away. That's nail number 2. So let's go on now to decorating that accent nail. It's very simple. I have my jewel wheel here that I've purchased on eBay, and this is a variety pack. It comes with rhombuses and stars and drops and triangles. It's very cool, and you can get this on eBay for $1 and change. It wasn't expensive at all. Tonight I'll be using a gold star, and my little story behind that is to give a gold star to everyone who's autistic out there, because it's a disease that's really complicated that a lot of us don't know about, and they really just, it's a battle with it. So that's my little story behind the gold star. So the first thing I'll do is apply the gold star, and I'm going to put a nice generous drop of my top drying top coat there, and I'll just apply that right in the middle. I'm using my wax pen. It's my favorite thing for picking up these jewels. They pick it up so quickly without any problems, and I'm just tapping it down to secure it. And the next thing we'll do is, again, get your dotting tool, and we're just going to apply random dots around there to bring it out a little bit. And that's done. However, for this one, I'm going to wait a little while before applying the top coat because those dots are really heavy. And if I go at this point and apply the top coat, it's just going to smudge it all over. So by the time that's drying, we will go ahead and decorate this fingernail here. And for this nail, we'll be using this pattern here. And again, it's the same thing. We're just going to paint it on and then go ahead and transfer it over to that nail. Alright guys, so now that I've painted that image, I have to wait a couple seconds because it's not fully dried yet. Well, it's not tap dry, I should say. It's not ready to go on. So while that's drying off a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and apply the top coat to this nail here. And I'm going to put a nice generous amount right on the star because, like I always mentioned, that helps lock it in. Especially with this little guy, he has a lot of sticking out points. So I don't want that to raise up and get caught in anything. So I've applied a really, really thick coat of the fast dry, and the black polish from the lining actually ran a little bit in there, so I'm just going to clean that up since we're waiting, and then hopefully it'll be ready to be top dried. I think that's as best as I can get it done in this finger for tonight, in this nail here. Alright, let's see. Yep, and that's ready to go. And this one I'm just going to line it up pretty much and go with the flow. And same thing, you're going to peel it out. And it's going to make a little bit of mess, but we'll clean that up. Just trying to line it up as best as I can because my nails are a little bit long. It's actually the exact same length as the image. So I'm going to go in, press, and gently pull it off. And then tap it down. Nail is a little longer than the image, so I'm going to have to go in now and hand paint this once I'm done cleaning up the sides here. Great. And now I'm just going to go ahead, like I mentioned, and fill in this in red, because as you can see there's a pattern to it, so this one goes here in red, and I'll do a little red on both sides as a matter of fact. This one got a little bit smudged, so I'm just going to color it in to make that red pop out. And this one's done, so I'm going to top coat it right away. And last but not least, we have the pinky nail, and I'm going to use the random puzzle pieces here. I actually pulled out images from these two, so I'm going to continue doing that. I'll show you how I did that. So again, let me just clean my stamper, get my scraper ready, and this is where the jelly stamper comes in. This clear jelly stamper comes in really handy. I'm trying my best to show you guys as I'm applying it, but when I try to show you on camera I can't see, so I have to go off for a minute. But this is a really great stamper for projects like these because you could definitely line things up better. And this I bought on eBay, so you could check that out. They also have it all over in different sites as well, but it's really a great stamper. So I'll use this big image here, and you're gonna have to do some cleaning up on the stamper with this if the other images come out, but that's easy. I'll show you how to do that right now. This one didn't come out too well, so I'm gonna have to go back and do it. And this happened to me as well as when I was doing the other nail. It took a couple tries, so if you see me continue doing that, it's just I'm trying to get a nice clean image on the stamper. That's better. There it is. So to pick these up, what I did is I took my tweezer, believe it or not, and I just kind of scrape around it, but gently press down. You don't want to ruin your stamper either. Gently press down and scrape it right off, and it comes right off. Then I took the little roller brush and pick up the particles that was around it, and then I went ahead and stamp. So that's the first one, and I'll just go ahead and put this here, and you'll see it over there. That's what it looks like. Press that little part down that's sticking out, and then I'm going to look for another image. So I'll do something a little different. I'll take this one here, in a different color. I already have the green. I'm going to try and do 4 pieces just to get the 4 colors on. I hope this was the one I chose. Oh, it'll work. And I'm going to have to do it over. That's better. If you could see it, oh, you'll see it here. And this is why I like to line it up. I'm going to line it up first. I'll look through it and then you'll see it. And it lines up really nice on the nail. As you can see, and I can just roll it on. Pressing down the edges that are lifted. I could still fit another image in there, so let me try and get a yellow one. I'll probably take, take this little guy right here. Or this one. I'm going to do this little guy right here because he's right at the end. That'll make life easier. Just going to put him on right away. Like that. And I'm going to try and get a piece of one on there for green color. There's a very tiny little one there. I'll see if I can pick up. That's a green. That'll be my green for this one. It's almost like a little dot. It's so tiny. Now I'm going to have to do that one back. It's not. There we go. Put him right in the middle. And that's it for the stamping. So the next thing we'll do again is apply some little polka dots all over randomly, just to fill in some of that white, that empty white space. And actually what I did is, if you could see, I did it in black. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'm going to use my Insta-Dri Black as I did for the base coat. Just a few, 4 or 5, whatever, could just fill it in just a little. I think that should do it. And right away, apply some top coat. At this point, I think I'm going to apply top coat to all the nails again one more time. And then we'll be right back. And that's it. We're all done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my autism awareness manicure. If you have any questions, you can feel free to write to me. I'll answer them as best as I can. And don't forget to subscribe for my upcoming videos. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.